So I want to introduce the man that he did come to see and hear from, our next governor, Mr. Steve Lonegan. Good morning, and thank you for taking the time to come out on a Saturday morning to be here on, I think, a very important occasion, because this is my first official campaign event of this campaign. And I'm very proud to kick it off in Williamstown at the Monroe Republican Club in Gloucester County. And I just, the next few months, the next year is going to go very quickly. So I hope you'll all remember that you were here this day next November on election night when we defeat John Forsyth and started right here in Gloucester County. The first thing you should ask a candidate who's running for office is, why are you running? Why are you running? Some people can't really answer that. Well, I can. I'm running for office to relieve the burden of high taxes off the backs of New Jersey taxpayers so every one of us can achieve our highest possible potential. To achieve our potential free of the shackles of government. That, my friends, is the American dream. The ability of each and every one of us to strive to be our very best, and in doing so to elevate everyone amongst around us. The American dream. Free market capitalism. It's what New Jersey was built on. And, my grandparents came here from Italy and Ireland. All of your ancestors, maybe even some of you, came here to this nation. They came through Philadelphia, they came through Ellis Island, through Boston. These people came here looking for freedom, not free things. They came here looking for opportunity, not handouts. They came here looking for a better future, not a future that is nothing but higher taxes and more abuse of education, and the taking of our property and the taking of our freedom. The state of New Jersey was the cornerstone was the crossroads of the American Revolution. It was the place in which freedom was born. There were more battles fought in the state of New Jersey during the American Revolution than any other state. It's in this state that the future of liberty and prosperity, our state's motto, was born, and which the future of the world turned right here in New Jersey. So it's only appropriate that in the year to come and in the years to come, that the battle for our values, our Republican principles of liberty, government, of freedom and liberty, comes right back here to New Jersey. I've heard now for too long that New Jersey is this hopelessly liberal state. We were, when I was a child growing up here in the 1960s, I was born and raised in the city, up in Teaneck, New Jersey, where I was born. New Jersey in the 1960s was the number one state in the country for wage growth, the number one state for job growth. This was the state to move to start a business and to build a family. Between 1890 and 1920, more businesses were launched in the state of New Jersey than any other state. We were number one. Then in 1965, they began the growth of big government. 1965, we were number one in the country in economic growth and gross state product, and we were one of the 3 lowest tax states in the nation. Today, some 43 years later, we are the highest tax state in America, the number one highest in property taxes, the worst income tax, the highest sales tax, one of the 3 worst corporate taxes, and we are the 50th worst state to start a business. According to the tax rate, the worst. We're watching our friends and neighbors leave New Jersey. We're seeing businesses move out every week, and we're seeing our lives being constricted by the growth of big government. My dad was a Honeywell technician in the 1960s, a blue-collar guy, high school graduate. But on his income, he was able to make enough money to buy a house, to have my mom choose to be a stay-at-home mom, to be a Boy Scout leader, a ambulance corps volunteer. My mom was a PTA president, all on his one salary. And every year we could take a week or two and go down the Jersey Shore, which was a terrific time. That was 1960s. In 1964, Ronald Reagan made a speech to the nation. He said it was a travesty that the average taxpayer was paying 34% of their income to the tax collector. That was combining state, local, and federal taxes. 34% in 1964. Today in New Jersey, after 4 years of John Corzine and Dick Cody and Jim McGreevey, today in New Jersey, the average taxpayer pays 54% of their income to the tax collector. 54%. It's no wonder that a person like my father or a working family cannot have the same quality of life and the same freedom to make the choices they want of how they live their life than we had only 40 years ago. Today, in any family like that, like mine, the husband, the wife both have to work just to make ends meet. And we feel the pressure of that financial stress every single day. And it's happened so gradually over the past 4 decades that we don't quite really realize it. It's like putting a lobster in a pot of water and turning up the flame. The lobster adjusts to the heat until finally it boils to death. Well, in New Jersey, folks, we are boiling to death. And we're seeing it in the loss of our friends and neighbors and our business and our economic competitiveness. John Corzine, after giving us the highest taxes in the nation, a 7% sales tax, the worst income tax, is now going down to Washington, D.C. on bended knee begging for a bailout. How many more bailouts can we expect from the federal government before we all collapse? It's not acceptable. Folks, I have a vision for the state of New Jersey. I do not believe that New Jersey is a hopelessly liberal state whatsoever. New Jersey has 560-something, 67 small towns and cities, more towns than any other state in the nation, each one with its church and synagogues and local organizations. Those are small governments. By their nature, that makes New Jersey a conservative state. The people of New Jersey are hungry to return to economic prosperity and to competitiveness, to cut taxes, not simply slow their growth. And the only way we're going to do that is to rebuild the Republican Party and win this state by winning the governor's office and winning the legislature from here to Sussex County. And we will do that this November. For too long now, we've allowed the Democrat Party to ride roughshod over the state and our counties. And it's no coincidence their image of the jackass with the tiny legs up in the air kicking us right in the gut, right? I think we've had enough of Democrat control of New Jersey, enough of Democrat control of Gloucester County. They've done one thing for us. They've given us the highest taxes in America, and we're losing our economic competitiveness, and we will fight back, and that's how we will win in November. But I have 3 issues that I'm going to focus on in this campaign. 3 critical issues, which I will achieve in my first 4 years as governor. First, we need to cut the size of the state government by 20%. We do not need to slow down its size, its growth. We need to cut its size. 20% to some people seems like a big number. But I'd like to point something out. Over the last 12 years, the government of the state of New Jersey's budget has grown at 4 to 5 times the rate of inflation over the past 12 years. If you had gone back 12 years ago and pegged the budget to inflation plus an extra 1% just to be nice, the state's budget today would be $25, not $33 billion. Right? If you go across the Delaware River to Pennsylvania, which has 40% greater population than us, 60% greater land mass, their budget is $27 billion to our $33 billion. State's budget is one of the most biggest bloated bureaucracies in America. And we can cut the size of government, and we will. If our families and our businesses can meet the current economic crisis by cutting spending, so can government. And as governor, I will make darn sure that happens. And folks, I've done it before. I did it as a mayor. I did it as a businessman. And I assure you, in New Jersey, we will do the same thing. Because you cannot cut taxes until you cut the size of government. And we must cut taxes in the state for all taxpayers. The second thing that is critical to New Jersey is something called COA. You all may have heard of this. It's called the Council on Affordable Housing. It is a mandate that has come down effective officially yesterday, or the day before yesterday, that we build approximately 120,000 more government-mandated low-income housing units across the